Hello, this is Learn With Me Pickleball, and this is my first match review video request. On the right here in black, we have Travis, who plays pickleball where I'm from, and his partner on the left is Brian. This is their very first tournament in a 3.5 tournament in Mason City, and we're gonna watch and see what tips I could give them. From the little bit that I have watched so far, I think I'm going to emphasize the importance of paddle positioning when you're playing pickleball and um, specifically paddle shadowing. So you kind of follow the ball with your paddle, and I'll go over this again later when I have a specific example, and kind of general advice for transitioning up to the kitchen with third shots and positioning. Okay, so this is my first good example of the importance of paddle positioning. So this shot here, this guy in blue just hits a dink, and you can see his paddle is down. Same thing again here, his paddle is down. So when Brian hits this shot high to him, the first thing he has to do is bring his paddle up, and that's why he's late to this shot and misses that one. So when you're up at the kitchen line, you want your paddle to be up and following the ball. And if his paddle was up there, he probably would have hit that volley cleaner. Nice volley. So good. Probably could have used better communication here. It looks like they were both going for it. They're both got their forehands in the middle. Um, yeah, just better communication. It's fine for either person to take that third. Okay, that was a fun point. So this is crazy hands from Travis here, but positioning wise, he should not have been up this far because this was a high third shot, and you can kind of see um, when your partner's hitting the third here, you want to be kind of looking at them initially to like assess the quality of their shots, but you can see Travis is going up to the kitchen before he's seen if this is a good third or not. And so he's kind of caught there. The guy in blue does makes the right decision to hit it down at him. But Travis just has really good hands and wins that point. But probably would have been safer for him to be farther back because of the poor third. And I think that's because he was just rushing to the kitchen before he had seen it. Let's watch this quick again. I'm curious about where this guy's paddle was. It's kind of just close to him. Okay, yeah, I'm not really sure why I missed that. Nice. Good solo shake and bake from Brian there. Switching sides. Nice good leave. Ball there, I'll skip forward. Yeah, so paddle positioning and shadowing wise, Brian's paddle oftentimes is just off to his left side there, and you want that to be higher and following the ball. Looks like Travis is doing a pretty good job following the ball here. Um, but I think when the ball is here, their positioning is fine. Um, But I think had Travis's paddle been a little bit higher and following that, it would have been a little bit easier on that volley. That wasn't a great example of it though. But for example here, like While Brian's sitting here at the net, you can see his paddle is down, and the ball is not going to come there. You want the paddle to be up when you're up at the kitchen line, so you're ready for volleys. Really good hustle here. Oh, and he misses. That's unfortunate. Okay, so a tip here. What happened on this return? Yeah, you just hit a cheeky little short return there. Travis is on the run, and so when you are on the run like that, that was too big of a swing here. You're definitely on defense here because you're on the run, and so you want to try and just hit a dink here, kind of straight ahead or into the middle. And so that was just a little too fast of a hit, but an unexpected third shot there that was short. Okay, here's another example of the like paddle positioning and shadowing. Um, when this guy in blue here is hitting this third, I want to pay attention to where Brian's paddle is at. There's no reason for his paddle to be way over here, on the right over there. He wants to be following the ball so he can be there to hit volleys. Nice backhand from him there. And I think in 3.5, he can probably get away with his paddle being down there, just because the ball's not coming super fast. But it'll make a big difference once he starts to play people with more pace, to not have the time of bringing it up each time, to where the ball is coming from, but just to have it tracking the whole time. Hmm. What happened here? Nice. Yeah, that was a little bit better for the paddle tracking. It'd be easier if his paddle is fully facing there, but his paddle's more up there higher, so that volley was easier. And then probably just want to choose a forehand here. He likes to switch hands. Um, yeah, choose to hit a forehand overhead there. That's okay though. So here, this guy in white hits a nice drive here. And so this four shot popped up pretty high. And both Brian and Travis stay pretty close to the net here. And I probably would have backed up to give more time for this guy that's going to come smash this, and try and get nice and low, just ready to defend. But after this shot was high, they both kind of just stayed up at the net here. Um, and also the paddle tracking, just really trying to close in on the ball on the sideline over there, because his best shot is to go down the middle there. So try and track the ball over there. Same thing on the overhead here. Ryan should turn his shoulders and try and hit a lefty overhead here just with his forehand instead of a backhand while running. And same, another helpful tip here is you don't want to be backpedaling when you're hitting this. You want to turn your shoulders and kind of side shuffle, and you definitely don't want your feet to be moving back, like in motion while you're hitting this like they were. So that's why that was tough. Make sure you plant your feet. Make sure we're communicating there for that middle ball because it's two backhands. So a helpful tip for the transition up to the kitchen here is that again, I think Travis moves too far in when this is a high third, and so the other guy in blue was able to smack it down, and Travis wasn't in a great position. So when you do notice that your partner's third is high like this, you want to stay where you are, or even take a step back to try and reset that. But instead, he moved forward, and that's why you missed that. It's okay to hit high and poor third shots. You just want to make sure you're in the right position to defend them. On this one, kind of just a helpful thing. I guess that was to his forehand. He kind of just swung that side to side. You kind of want to roll some topspin. Um, that's okay. What my initial thought was if this guy in blue could take this shot with his forehand, but it had gone to the guy in white's forehand, so that's why I hesitated. That's a good third. Nice dink. This is a good point. Okay, what tip can I give here? Yep. So I think you get they get down in this rally here again because of the paddle positioning. So the dink or the ball's over here, and you can see right now Brian's paddle is down, and so the first thing he has to do is he like has to bring it up and gets like chicken wing there kind of. And so if his paddle was higher to track that ball, he probably could have hit that forehand down. But instead he was hitting up on the ball, and then you quickly have to retreat. Uh, which is probably why they lost that point. Here's a general tip for this point for these guys in white and blue here is he hits a third shot drive here and he gets the shorter fifth shot that he wants, but you do not want to drive this again because you're too close. Um, you're too close to the net, it's likely going to go out. And he's just kind of wailing at it, but the better choice would have been to drop that shot. Very rarely do you want to drive the third and drive the fifth. It's usually a drive and drop combo. Nice return. Nice. Good point. Where was this guy's paddle on this? Oh, yeah, he must have just hit up there. For a lot of those block drives, you just want to hit down on the ball. On this one, a tip I can give Brian here is he hits this third really close to his body there, and he had more time to put himself in a better position there. That would have made that easier, but it was a fine shot. So going back to when your partner is hitting the third, um, Brian is kind of just walking up to the net right now, even though he hasn't seen what the third looks like. And that's, I think he's in the right. has their idea to be aggressive here just because this was so high and Travis should be driving this. Um, but this guy's able to hit down on the ball, and now because Brian had gone up to the kitchen like without his partner, he's not there to help cover that back ball. So to try and like watch your partner as they hit the third and kind of stay in line with them, especially in 3-5, and that way you're able to help get up to the kitchen. Um, just a tip for that one. That's a good point. Oof, that's a good point. Okay. So on this fourth shot here for Brian, he I think could drive this at them and or be like a little bit more aggressive, moving it to a sideline or something. But he did not want to because they had an okay drop. He did not want to hit up on this ball, and so he gave this guy in the blue a pretty easy shot here to hit down on the ball. But I think because the third was high, he could have just committed to driving that forehand. Uh, but yeah, nice, good shots. I'm gonna watch their transition up to the kitchen, see if there's any advice for these guys over here. So this is too slow from this guy in white to be moving up because this drop is pretty good. He probably should have been following that in just sooner because you can kind of see the ball's like way over there and you can already see Brian backing up. Um, and so he was moving when he hit this, and so that's why that popped up and they lost that. So he should have tried to follow it in a little bit sooner and then make sure you're planted when your opponents are hitting the ball. Nice. Nicely done. We're almost done with this match here. See if I can find anything else to help out. Ball on the court. Nice, good drop. Good drop again. So I think Travis is too far into the court on this because that was a good drop attempt from Brian, but it was pretty high, and so that's why it got behind Travis here. Um, just when your partner like is back like this, um, like he's on his back foot there, and this guy Black here, Travis is too far up. He wants to be farther back to help cover the court. And I think I saw this a few times, but I didn't mention this throughout the match. Um, when Brian, the guy Kevin, was getting lobbed, I saw Travis kind of staying up. When your partner gets lobbed or your partner's at the baseline, it's pretty common that you want to be back with them to help cover the court, especially on lobs in 3-5, because it's likely that they're gonna pop that up and you're not safe being up. Some of the pros like Christian Alshon and Ben Johns, they drill for hours and hours and hours and can kind of be a little bit more aggressive in their positioning because they have really quick hands. But for the most part, you want to be back with your partner when they're really far out of position. Nice, good reset. Nice, that's a good shot. And that's game. Yeah, so overall, a lot of good learning moments with this. I hope they enjoyed their first tournament. I talked to them and I think they did. But yeah, I think this is a good match to learn from, and I hope that I was able to give some helpful advice with this. Thanks for watching.